Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
L.A.V. 9 o'clock in the morning, just my radio and me. You've got Chef Michaels with cooking tips, Sandy Kastel with those red ruby lips. So stay tuned in, KLAV 1230 AM.
Good morning, and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Hi, Chef Michael. How are you this morning?
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
I mean, not so bad.
You know who we got here?
Who we got?
We got Frank Citro.
Not Frank.
Oh, my gosh.
Get the hell out. He ain't
He's
here.
been hiding out, he's been taking care of his body. I mean, Frank, how are you doing?
I'm doing a lot better
Taking
than I was.
care of your health.
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh, you were in the hospital for a while there.
Well, yeah, I had a
Yeah?
little heart surgery about a month or so ago. And,
Yeah. And little
we're doing all right.
complications, huh?
Yeah, a couple of things like that.
That's a problem. You go to the hospital now and you get sick.
More people die in the hospital. I checked right out.
Oh, my God. And we also got a friend of yours, Richard Perez.
Yeah.
Hi, Rich. How you doing?
Great. So, a little early, but I'm great.
A little early. What, were you up late?
Well, I'm always, entertainer's always up late.
I know.
Every night.
I know. That's the thing. I get started about 11 o'clock and don't want to go to bed until about 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's me.
But you know who you look like? Edward G.
Hey.
Hey, let's get you a hat.
Remind me of Edward G. Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't he look like him a little bit?
Absolutely.
That's what he reminds me of. He was great. He was a Jew.
Yeah.
So what have you been working on lately, Frank?
Well, I'd like to talk today about what's coming up this Monday. Richie, who is the founder of the Night Kings, a local a cappella, doo-wop, soul, R&B group for at least 32 years here in Las Vegas, is getting their due. They're being inducted into Las Vegas's Hall of Fame. And
congratulations.
that's going to happen
Thank you.
November 17th, which is this up-and-coming Monday. And later on that evening, we're going to have a bash at the Rhythm Kitchen. That's going to be a night in Las Vegas's history. Something that hasn't happened, Mike, just for a lot of years, Sandy. And we're going to put on a party over there, and we're going to invite everybody in town who wants to come down, who enjoys this music, because our guys have called in every member from the Night Kings for 32 years to come be present here.
Oh, my gosh.
And unfortunately, only one fella, Mr. Vic Donner, who lives in New York, he won't be able to make it.
Oh.
And Vic was a big part of the Night Kings for a long time, so we're going to miss him. But every member of the Night Kings is going to attend this affair, plus a host of big celebrities.
Oh, that's good. So are you going to have to, knock on the door and say, Joe sent me?
No, it's not going to be that. There's no charge to come to this event, we're going to open it up to the public. Naturally, if you wanted to drink, you'd pay for that,
Sure.
But it's going to be a free event.
Any food?
Yes, they got the greatest food over there at the River Kitchen, They have seafood and Cajun food and just about anything you can think on the menu.
No udrip. They don't have udrip, bagabutzel.
Well,
nothing like that.
Hey, look who just walked in.
Uh-oh, look
Valentina.
All right.
Hello. We got to grab a seat for you.
Get a chair, get a seat.
All right, so where should we seat her? I guess, all right. Hi. Uh-oh, I got lipstick on you. Uh-oh.
She got lipstick on me this morning,
right,
too.
Well, grab a seat. Grab one of those chairs.
Grab your coat.
You want to go over there?
And grab your hand.
Your husband's on the
Why don't you
doorstep.
put her right there between Michael and Richie?
All right.
Yeah, there
What
you
a
go.
happy
There you go, right there
Yeah,
between the
great.
two
Great to
gentlemen.
see ya.
Yes.
How you doing, everybody?
Good morning. How are you?
Great, wonderful.
Good.
For
Good. You
those
look
in,
lovely.
Radio
Look at
land
you. You
that
look
don't know
all
what's going
dressed
on.
up and everything.
We have this young lady
Yeah.
just joined us, and we're just situating everybody right now, and the cameraman's ready to go.
She's wearing little hearts and little bling.
Oh, how
Oh, you got
pretty.
big hearts too. Yeah.
Wow.
Time, Richard.
Yeah.
I saw him last night.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just seen her at the
They were
Orleans.
singing for his birthday at Orleans, the Night Kings. It was awesome.
That's
Awesome.
good.
As
That's
usual.
good. Okay, Michael, you're going to have to share your microphone. For a minute, at least, until we have a break. Then we'll set her up with her own mic.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So welcome.
Hi, guys.
So you're going to have this event Monday night, November the 17th, 7:30 p.m. is the event.
No, 7:30, 7 to 7:30. We're going to open the doors.
Open the doors.
It should kick off about 7:45 to 8
Okay.
o'clock, depending, you know.
Okay.
And we're just going to go all night long. We have a tremendous amount of local groups and entertainers that are going to come down and donate their time. And we have a tremendous amount of celebrities that, time permitting, and if they don't have another commitment, they're showing up. Guys like maybe Sonny Turner from the original Platters, Pete Moore from the Miracles, maybe Little Anthony from Little Anthony Imperials, Sonny Charles from the Checkmates. I mean, the list goes on. The Drifters are going to be there. We got Bubba Knight from Gladys Knight and the Pips. I mean, these are just some of the people that just might drift in, and that has nothing to do with even the local people.
That's a lot of Detroit people there mentioned, but to give you a little history on the group itself, the group was originated in Pontiac, Michigan, in about 25 miles up the road from Detroit during the pre-Motown era.
Right.
And the group started with 5 guys, original guys, 1957. I joined the group in about 1960, and most of the guys have passed. There's a couple left, but I took over the group in '78 when I came here to Vegas, and we've been playing here ever since. Played every venue in town once or twice.
That's cool.
Yeah, so now I got this call from the Las Vegas Fans Entertainers Hall of Fame, and it was a surprise to me. I retired last New Year's, so now I'm just managing the group and doing all the administrative things.
Why would you want to retire?
Well, I'm old. I never quite made it to that, to the Showtime thing where you only go in and do one show. We're still doing 4 sets a night, and it's kind of hard.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and like I say, I've been doing it since I'm 13. So I just had my 72nd birthday. So it's time.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's time to let the younger guys in there. And they do a great job. They're also voted Vocal Group of the Year here in Vegas. So they're doing a good job.
So now, have you guys known each other a long time, Frank?
Well, I think when Richie came from Pontiac, Michigan, I probably was one of the few people right from the beginning that we met and we became pals, and I became a lover of the music that he does because I just love this kind of genre, and I think I'm probably one of his longest running fans and friend for 32 years of his residence here. In fact, just recently, about 6 months ago, his book came out. The Night Kings book came out, and they came to interview me about the group, and I wind up getting a whole chapter in his book. So I feel kind of honored I finally got in a good book. For those of you who know me.
So, Michael, when you came to town, did you get to meet them when you first came to town?
Who's that, honey?
The Night Kings.
I was too young. I wasn't even born when they were around.
Maybe at the Tap House.
No, when you came to town. No, but you came, what, in the 70s?
1974, I came into Las Vegas, and I got my break through the Treniers, played the Marina Hotel.
Yeah.
That's
I was a cocky kid. What a son of a bitch and cocky kid I was when I first came to. I had a hit record. I had a 45.
I've had a few of those.
45 I had. I still got it.
Some 38s.
I had a 45 record that is, everybody. And Mikey Sarge at the time was working at the Marina and out of South Philadelphia. I came in. It was me. It was a 4-piece band. I played drums and sang. I didn't front the band. I used to play behind the drums. I had been in front. Billy Hopkins on guitar, Peter Funk on sax, and Gary Sinclair, God rest his soul, on bass. I played Shipwreck Kelly's. So I took a shot and I went to see Frederick Apcar. And he said, "Look, kid, you're too short." And I had shoes those days in the 70s that made me like 7'3".
Right. The old platform shoes.
No, they were the old one. And I still was too short. So he said, "I'll tell you what, get yourself an act. I'll make you open the show for the Bear Touch of Vegas." And the rest was history. But that was 1974. I'm going back a long, long time ago when I was young and handsome and full of hair. Now I'm an old Italian guy that's rolling meatballs. What am I going to do?
So you guys must have some favorite Italian dishes you like.
Oh, I think.
Come on, Frank. You want to go back?
Let me tell you something.
Come on, buddy.
Let me tell you.
You know, any Italian boy will tell you that their mothers and fathers would beat them for the slightest little thing. Now, my mother was a tyrant. She would beat me to death every day. But I never even considered running away from home. You know why?
Why?
She cooked too damn good. That food was too good. The beatings were worth it. I mean, there's nothing that I wouldn't eat that's not Italian. I mean, it's...
Well, Frank, let me ask you a question. For those that don't understand what the word paese means. Frank, what paese are you? That means what part of Italy is your family from?
I am both Calabrese and Napolitan. Calabria is where my mother is from, and Naples is where my father is from.
Who's the greatest Italian singer you've ever heard of in your life? Because I know who is my favorite.
Well,
besides Sinatra, Italian singer. Italian, not Sinatra, not Dean Martin, who sang in Italian. You know who I'm talking about.
Well, you know, we all have different choices, you know. If you're talking about somebody from Europe, I have a choice there.
Who's that?
Well, I would say Enzio Pinza.
You liked him? How about Claudino Villa? You didn't like Claudino Villa?
Yeah, I did, you know, but, you know, I'm of a different era, too, you know, and if you're talking about an American Italian, you know, what's not to love about a Dean Martin or a Frank Sinatra? I mean, just, they covered so many different years of great music. And then if you go into the 50s and the old original rock and roll, how many Italian kids came out of Philadelphia, Jersey? And I mean, you know what? One of my favorites to today is Bobby Rydell.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this kid he's a grandfather. I mean, he's one of the best voices that ever were put on the planet.
Yeah, Bobby was good. But my favorite, just so you know, was Jimmy Roselli.
Well, Jimmy and I were very close friends, you know. In fact, some time ago, I was supposed to do a movie. John Travolta was going to play him, the Jimmy Roselli story. Oh. And unfortunately, it just didn't come to pass. The timing wasn't right. Gus Van Sant was going to be the director. I was playing a co-starring role with Dennis Farina at the time. It just didn't come to pass. But Jimmy Roselli, I mean, the Malafemida. Who else sings it like him?
Nobody.
You know,
Stata Vicina Me.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
Let's order Italian. Getting hungry here.
But no, like I said, anyway, and I said to Sandy, I said, "Who's coming on the show?" I said, he said, "A bunch of Italians." I said, "Hey, forget about it. I'm home now, baby."
You know, and here's a mystique also. I need to tell you this here. Our friend Richie Perez is sitting here with us today. Rich has been thought with a lot of people as being Italian because he was raised around it and whatever. But Richie actually is Mexican descent. You understand what I'm saying? And
I'm saying with so many Italians over the years, believe me, I never kissed so many men in my life.
Yeah. And you know, that's the truth. The Italian people are the most warmest. My lawyer is Neil Camanaris. All right. And I love this kid. I'm able to be his father. He's 45. He's the son that I lost. He's the executive producer of the show, one of our biggest associates, and also Alex Yanko,
yes,
who is Greek.
Yeah,
Greek.
That's right.
And I never bend over.
I know. We're gonna he's gonna make food for us. Yeah.
And Italian. Yeah. And when they come to my house, everybody's always kissing and everybody's hugging. You know, the Americans do the Americana. They don't understand the
They don't understand that.
No, they don't.
You know, and exactly. You know, our world has changed dramatically, folks. Yeah. Really. You know, with all this gay liberation and shit now. You know, let me tell you something. Now, when an Italian gives you the kiss of death, it includes dinner and dancing. I don't understand this.
Well, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe if we're lucky, he'll give us a recipe
If
for
I
one
can
of
get
his South
we can add a
Philadelphia
word in.
recipes. We'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
More recipes, more fun. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Good morning and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. You know what? I had a teacher, and he used to always say we have a rose among the thorns. And today we do. Valentina, you are gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you just look absolutely adorable today.
I appreciate that.
Yes. So, welcome to the show.
Thank
And, tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I started singing a long time ago, basically in church, and then my grandmother, that goes way back.
Yeah.
But then I was offered a recording contract through a indie, and I did record an oldies CD with all the 50s and 60s classics, and it was just really exciting, and I'm getting great reviews on a lot of the internet and some of the other radio stations throughout the Southwest.
That's good. Are we going to get to hear that today?
Yes.
Okay, good. Did you give that to Ryan? Does he have an extra copy?
I don't know, but
okay,
there it
we'll
is.
pass that over to Ryan.
Okay, great.
Okay, so tell us now, when you were selecting songs for this, how did you go about selecting them?
Well, I love the oldies. That goes back to the Moonglows and all of the different 50s, and I mean, I could sit here all day telling you of all the oldie groups that I love, but the ones that I did choose for this album are really close to my heart, and each one has a little story, and maybe sometime I'll be able to share that. But I really love the oldies, basically.
And where did you record it at?
In California, at a studio in San Bernardino, California.
Which one?
It was
I'm familiar with that area. So
well, basically, it's a small.
Is it a home studio?
It's a little studio out in. It's Larry Tarin's business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then was it with a producer? Or?
Yes, Johnny Hernandez, which is an icon, Tejano legend in his own right, 50, 60 years in the business. And if you go into YouTube or Google him, he's all over the internet. Johnny Hernandez is my producer.
Great. Well, that's nice. So do you have it ready to go?
Have the track Sincerely ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's hear this.
That's a good one.
Okay. Nice arrangements. Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so that is really nice. And when you started out singing, were you inspired by other singers?
Lots of singers.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Diana Ross, and I love different singers. A lot of church singers also. So
like gospel?
Gospel. I love Mahalia Jackson, believe it or not.
Mahalia Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. That's an oldie. And Tremaine Hawkins.
Uh-huh. Well, good. Now, Michael, what are you doing?
I'm doing
What
things.
are you?
Stop busting my
What are you
hump. I'm
sorting your
thinking.
credit cards by how much you have the limit on each one? Is that what you're doing?
I got plenty of credit cards. Don't worry about it.
You know, last night, Michael pulled up a movie. He went over to Borders or Barnes and Noble,
Barnes and Noble. Let me tell you-
and he's been pulling up. He's been bringing home movies. You know, he's all about the Christmas Carol. But last night, what movie was it you
Well,
brought
that was
home?
the greatest movie I've ever seen with John Wayne called The Quiet Man with him and Victor McLaughlin.
Oh my gosh!
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's out there. Let me tell you something about, for you movie buffs like myself, because I'm 62 years old, and I was blessed to be in an era where I really enjoyed great movies. John Wayne did a movie with Maureen O'Hara. She was 21. He was 50 when he did that movie in real life. McLaughlin used to be a professional fighter. I don't know if you guys know that. Victor McLaughlin. He was in his late 60s. You could see it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But and I said, Sandy, you got to watch this movie. It was phenomenal. Now, if anybody wants a movie, go to Barnes & Noble. If they don't have it, they'll order it for you. I got Scrooge, Reginald Owen, 1937. 1952, I got Scrooge with Alistair Sims. Now I'm going to go back today. I want to get The Time Machine with Rod Taylor, 1963, and Vivette Mimieux, which is great. And one of my favorite movies of all times is Heaven Can Wait. No, that's a great one. And another one that's my favorite is On Borrowed Time with Lionel Barrymore when they got the angel up the tree. The devil up the tree, won't let him out. It's a 1936 movie. I was telling Sandy yesterday, today you watch television, they got pyrographers, all kinds of sex. I got to tell you something. This is sad.
They don't leave a lot to the imagination.
They really don't. Do yourself a favor, rent any movie, any Cary Grant movie, Mother Goose, he had them all. That when movies were movies, you had to be good. It was just acting. It wasn't. Yeah, go ahead, Frankie.
How about Barry Fitzgerald in The Quiet Man with John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara?
Oh, that was great.
When he says, "My throat's a little patch. I think I might have a libation now."
Well, here's one for you. I want to see if you know this one.
Yeah, he did that every time he went to somebody else's house.
Little Caesar was played by Edward G. Robinson.
There he is.
At the end of the movie, when they shot him and he fell against the trash cans, what was the last words he said? Go ahead.
Is this the end of Rico?
That's right. How you doing? Here's one more for you. 1943, Paul Muni. I'm a fugitive from a chain gang. His last words as he was walking, as the camera was panning out, he was going back into the shadows.
Movie trivia.
If you don't know it, I'll tell you if you can't remember it.
I'm not sure, so go right ahead.
He says, one of the guys says, "How would you survive?" He said, "How are you going to survive?" And Paul Muni says, "I'll steal."
Yeah.
And that's how the movie is. But the movies were so great. Key Largo. I mean, the list is endless on movies. In fact, last week, Sandy and I rented The Robe with Victor Mature and
oh my God.
And Demetrius and the Gladiators.
I got to tell you a Victor Mature story.
Let's hear it, Big Frank. Talk to me.
Now, for those of you that know about actors and actresses, Victor Mature was one of the most handsomest, well-built guys in all of Hollywood, loved by everybody, and he played the original Samson and Delilah. Well, many years later, they do a remake for TV, and they get Victor Mature, who's an elderly guy, to play Samson's father. And some smart-ass reporter wants to break his horns, and he says to him, "Well, how do you feel now playing the father of Samson when you played Samson originally?" And he says, "For the right kind of money, I'll play the mother."
Oh my God!
Great actors. But like I said, they don't make movies like that anymore. And Sandy and I with TMC, we watch that all the time. Sandy goes way back to the silent movies. She likes watching the silent movies.
Well, some of them are interesting, because I had never really seen any of those. And
Ernie Kovacs used to do Silence Please on TV. It was great.
Yeah.
Ernie Kovacs.
Yeah. Well, they have to rely on their expressions so much. Some of them it's a little too much. I get lost in it.
We get cards.
But some of it, you really see. You see a whole other side of things.
We get emails all the time, Sandy and I, from all our fans out there, and I always
phone calls
in
the middle of the night.
Unbelievable. But I got to tell you something. We want to thank everybody that's out there for making this radio show #1, and we try to bring a wide variety of entertainment. Not only entertainment, but so many interesting people to come on the radio show, from authors and books and people. We have we had the detective, the guy who turned into models. job. Remember, what's his name? Who wrote that book?
Vito Colucci.
Colucci.
Thank you, John.
And made Vito start talking about Italian food. I mean, there's a lot of great things that really happen in Vegas, and we're happy that we have the opportunity. And now we're promoting ourselves to television. So we got 5 days of radio, 2 days of television. Boy, we're really wrapping up this town.
Well, Frank is iconic here because he is actually. I don't know if you want to bring it up, Frank, but you were the first person who get in the Black Book here in Las Vegas.
Well, I was one of the original members.
Yeah.
I'm one of the reasons why they wrote the book, and I hold a couple of distinctions that nobody else does. But truthfully, at another time, I would love to come in and talk about it. But today, it's all about the Night Kings and my friend Richie Perez and the upcoming event, which we want to invite everybody to come to.
I know it's so amazing that we get to do this Monday night, November the 17th, and you want everybody to come out about 7:30.
Because I think it's going to be slammed. I really do.
It's going to be packed.
Yeah, it's going to be packed, and everybody's going to have to make nice because I don't think we're going to have enough for tables and chairs, but we'll make do, and there'll be people coming and going all night long.
For those that don't know what the Black Book is, Frank had a lot of broads, and he had more broads in that Black Book than anybody in Nevada and New York. So that's what the Black Book is out there for those that don't know what the Black Book's about.
Thank you, Paisan.
And for those of you who don't know what the Rhythm Kitchen is, it's a great place for seafood and steaks, and it's over there at 6435 South Decatur Boulevard, and it's right off the freeway. You just get off the freeway there, the 215, and go right down to 6435 South Decatur Boulevard, and it's going to be the biggest after party in Las Vegas on Monday night, and with the Night Kings, the Las Vegas entertainers, and this is right after you're getting inducted into the Las Vegas Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we'll
Museum.
be in. Actually, we're going to be inducted Monday afternoon. At the Rampart. So.
Out here right out here on Rampart.
Yeah, we'll
Boulevard,
be at the Rampart Casino. I think in Addison's Lounge, and all the inductees will be there. The Drifters will be inducted along with us, and of course they'll be at the after party. And I think there's about 10 more entertainers.
Yeah, I won't be there that afternoon for obvious reasons.
Casino.
Lou, at the Tuscany, I'm proud to say this. I've been inducted at the Tuscany Italian Grill in Henderson of the Ball Breakers Hall of Fame. And what happened was that I'm the first one, and Lou and Mike and Jerry were all going to be there busting everybody's cojones.
I got to tell you, we were sitting there for dinner one night, Frank, and we're sitting there for dinner, and all of a sudden somebody came up and they said, "Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chef Michael.
No, thank you for the cheesecake.
Thank you for the cheesecake, Chef."
So I got up.
"Oh, okay, you're welcome." And then the next group came up and they said, "Thank you, Chef, for the cheesecake." "Oh, you're welcome." So after about a dozen people came out, what is this?
What the hell's going on?
So then Lou came out. Lou's the manager of the place.
And the owner.
friend.
Lou? Aren't they the nicest guys? I know. They're so nice. From DiMartino's probably.
In fact, he says he's going to try to make the event himself.
Oh, they are Lou, Mike, and Jerry, just the sweetest guys over there at Tuscany Grill.
Well, they're from our neighborhood.
Right.
And when I tell you what, because we were singing at the, what's it?
Sienna's. West Wing Cigar Lounge and Sienna's.
We were over there performing over
and
there.
We were at the tap house.
And what happened is we took too many people in. We were back at the place, and it didn't work out for us. And the 2 weeks goes by. We're supposed to do a big concert there. We wound up taking it over to the Canyon Gate Country Club, which we were sold out, which thank God it was great. But I had 2.5 weeks of an open space, 3 weeks. So I pick up the phone, I talk to Lou. Doesn't hesitate. How much you want, Mike? What do you need? Here's a guy rearranged this whole place. And I'm going to tell you something. I say this on the air, and I said it many times. I can never pay this guy back for what he did. He's from our neighborhood. The people that we deal with, we put a handshake out. There ain't no contracts, none of that. If I say to you, listen, Frank,
please don't use that term.
I'm going to pay you $2,500 a week. You're here for 6 months. There's no BS.
I know.
You don't find people like that anymore.
They've done many documentaries on me. I always say it, Mike. A man is only as good as his word.
That's right.
When the man's word's no good, you can bet the guy's no good. You understand? So.
But it's
You're
a different
right.
generation.
A handshake,
today. It's
yeah.
different.
A handshake is
We
what
talked
the-
about entertainment directors. I love these guys. I said years ago, I said, I don't want to mention the guy's name. I said, do you sing? He goes, no. I said, did you ever get a standing ovation? He says, no. I said, do you play a guitar, a piano? Do you do anything like that? Do you deal with an audience? They go, no. You got a master's degree from college in music? No. How the hell did you become the entertainment director? Where the hell did this guy come from?
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. You know, and that's some of the problems that is wrong with Las Vegas. And this is where the Night Kings really shine above them. They've continued the class act that they've been for 32 years. They've worked all the hotels. Even the new directors know who these fellas are. I mean, they've opened and were part of so many major name acts, you know, and that's why they are who they are. I mean, they're a pillar of this community, you know, and this is something that's not seen that often.
We know, Frank, for your information, Sandy and I, it's no secret, we've been talking about it. Alice Yanko, my attorney, Dr. Perry, Diane, these are all big investors that are with us. That makes everything possible.
Right.
We're opening up a supper club. We're going to open up our own, the last original nightclub, supper club, where I can hire the Night Kings and hire acts that are out there. They don't have to work for the door. There's enough money in the till where I can pay these guys, make them come in. It's a dinner show. Dinner goes along.
Yeah.
We did the show at the Canyon Gate. We were 150 people. We charged $35 a ticket, sit-down dinner, just a dinner, and 16-piece orchestra. Her father, me, Sandy, Jimmy Meloduro on sax, Santos Savino on drums.
You know how far back I go with Santos?
Santos 146. So
one of the greatest drummers ever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, we just got back from Cleveland. We did a week in Cleveland, and they had supper shows like that. They had this big venue held like we had a dinner show. It was like 850 people, and we did two shows a day, and they bust in people from Pittsburgh and from New York, Detroit, and it was like the old time. This guy, Italian guy, Joe Babe from out of Cleveland, he's a promoter. It took us back, you know, to how it used to be, and I really miss that. Well, you know, dinner shows. And
when
stuff.
when Sandy and I did that show, you can't have a packed house and a sold out crew. We had Rich Rizzo and the Follies Bergère.
Las Vegas
Follies
Follies,
Bergère. These girls, the oldest was 80 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm
From
serious.
69 to 80.
69 to 80.
But you couldn't fault them at all. I mean, they were absolutely amazing ladies.
Unbelievable.
And they, they're in such great shape, and it's wonderful. You know, they're staying in shape. They're out there dancing. Yeah. I'm sure they were.
Well, John is John's a cross dresser, so he wanted to get in there and do something, but this ugly bastard, he wouldn't shave his beard or nothing.
So you guys have a lot of memories to talk about. We're not going to go to a break right now. We're just going to keep talking. So tell us about what was one of your most fun memories?
Well, we were singing at the Gold Coast in the showroom, and we had a keyboard player, piano player, had a big white, what do you call it, big baby grand. And the guy was from California. He was a good friend of our bass player. Anyways, he's playing, and we're singing up on the stage. And I see this figure kind of walking around the side of the stage. I'm catching him out of my eye, side of my eye. And here he comes around. He's got round glasses on. He's got a short guy, got a crew neck sweater. Didn't look like a musician of any type. Slowly he comes and he's on the stage. He's next to the piano player, and he comes over and stands by me, and he opens his mouth. He starts singing what we're singing. I looked at him. It's Bobby Hatfield from the Righteous Brothers. They were at the DI doing the show, and so after the show, we sat there with him, Bobby and his wife, and the rest of us, and we sang doo-wop for about 2 hours.
Oh my gosh!
It was pretty good, pretty good moment, and. I've had a lot of moments like that. We've been on stage, and all of a sudden, here come the Miracles. Boom! They're on, all of them standing next to us.
Wow.
I sang for a couple years, about 5 years, with the Dell Vikings. and we traveled all over and did that thing. And I remember that the leader of the Del Vikings, I wasn't an original Del Viking, but we used to play, and fans would come up after the show, and they'd go, "Oh man, I remember you guys when I was this, that." So I used to stay in the dressing room because I wasn't one of them. I didn't want to be out there lying. And Ritchie looked at me and said, "How come you're not out there signing autographs and stuff?" I said, "Well, I'm not an original guy." He says, "Man, listen, don't take away their dreams. They come to see us."
That's right.
And so after that, I understood, that it was all about
You're
the music.
carrying on the tradition.
Right.
Yeah, it's all
carrying on
about the
tradition.
music.
When I was 10, I had my own group called the Mama Lukes. They were, you know what I mean? And the Drools. It was fantastic. We would come out, sing songs, all kinds of songs like Farmer in the Dell, La Vesa these Artes, all kinds of the different songs like that.
I didn't know we could do this.
Do we have somebody on the line?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think it was my parole officer.
Do we-
So I call back later,
Ryan.
Charlie.
I got to tell you,
Okay.
talk about a chef. One of the guys that sing with us, Victor Moet, his son is a chef. He was on the Food Network thing, and he won something. And he has a show coming out with Lila Ali.
Yeah.
Coming up pretty soon on the Food Network.
Well, I got a surprise for you. On the line right now is somebody you should know very well, listens to us faithfully every day, okay? You want to introduce him, Sandy?
Flurry.
Flurry with the
ink spots.
With the ink spots.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
Flurry, what's up, brother?
What's going on? How's Lou Ragland doing?
Yeah, I haven't seen Lou in a while.
I saw Lou
boy.
a couple of weeks ago at the Spectrum show.
Oh, you caught that, huh?
Sure, it was absolutely great.
Yeah, Spectrum's supposed to be.
Yeah, Spectrum
coming
and
out.
Radiance probably come down to the Night King's bash party. And if you're not doing nothing, you come down too, pal.
Absolutely.
This is Monday at the
Rhythm
Rampart
Kitchen.
Space?
The induction is at the Rampart.
Yeah.
And the bash is at the Rhythm Kitchen at night. Around 8 o'clock, the show will be in full swing. And
Yeah. I heard you mention Pete Moore of the Miracles.
Yeah, Pete will be
coming.
there.
Yeah, he's my writing partner from the old Motown days back in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, yeah, he's a two-time Grammy Award-winning writer there.
Oh, yeah. I love working with Pete. He's very intelligent and a very highly talented guy.
Yeah, Pete's a great guy. I've known Pete, since the Detroit days back in the early Motown, when I used to hang with all those guys.
So you were around Detroit around the early 60s?
Oh, yeah. Every day we used to be down in Hitsville.
Do you remember the Chesterfield Barbershop, Chesterfield Lounge?
Oh, yeah, Chesterfield, of course.
Well, that was my dad. He was the first barber in the chair.
Wow.
Yep, Mac Bursay.
Yeah, we used to go around downtown Detroit all the time. We used to buy our clothes and shoes down there, put them on layaway.
I used to run numbers down there for my Uncle
Take me
Frank.
6 months to get a shirt.
So, Flurry, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, Flurry?
The Lord is blessing. God is good. The devil's trying to get busy with my health. I got the flu for about 8 days now, but I'm finally coming out of it, and I'm just happy and thankful for all the good things that He's given us, and good friends like you guys
Thank you,
have good memories. So
Well, a
just
couple
keep
days
up the
ago,
work
we
you're
had Barry Gordy came over to the house with
Robert.
I keep calling Barry Gordy. Robert Gordy, got guy could eat. God bless him. So he came over with Monique. I want to give her birdseed next time because that kid don't eat nothing. But I made the Italian sausage and peppers for him. With the vinegar peppers and the sausage, an old Napolitan dish. And he sat down, God bless this kid. He ate the whole dish. And then he took my dish. I said, give me my dish back. It was my grandmother's dish. Give it to me back.
Well, so I'm glad
your
you're
food is infectious like that, man.
Thank you, brother. We
glad you're
appreciate
feeling
it.
better, Flurry.
Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you guys over there Monday.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Okay,
You
ciao.
can buy me a drink.
Feel better.
Thank you.
Okay.
What a great guy. I love Flurry. Flurry's
know.
the best.
So Valentina, you're awfully quiet over there.
Oh, well, I'm enjoying this.
I know,
This
I know.
is quite a surprise to me. This
I
is
know.
awesome.
So
Thank
you were over last night. You said you were singing Happy Birthday.
It was just
Is it your
awesome.
birthday? So is your birthday?
Yeah,
they
it
were
was my
singing for
birthday,
you
the 10th, actually.
the 10th,
And mine was the 9th.
the 9th. Oh, you guys are like brothers.
We're more like lovers, but that's another story.
Wait a minute.
That's for another show.
It was a packed house. Of course, everyone dances. It's so high energy there.
Yeah.
I mean, people are just having a great time, smiling, enjoying each other. It's just really great. And this band is awesome.
I think we get people the opportunity to listen to songs they haven't heard in a long time, done correctly, so that's the thing. We have 4 vocalists up front and then 4 band members, so we get it on pretty good over there.
Well, let me squeeze something real quick. We're talking about the recipe. I never got a chance. You want a real Italian recipe or an American recipe? Which one do you want me to say? A real Italian one, like my grandmother would cook, or just something? We're going to talk about udrip.
Udrip.
What's udrip?
Udrip. It's menudo for the Hispanics. Hold it. Wait a minute.
My kind of stuff.
Wait a minute. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right, this is my grandmother, God rest her soul. You got to go to the store, and Smith's has it also as well, because that's our major sponsor. You get the udrip, you get it's the stomach of a cow. Now hold it, don't get nervous, lady. Lady, don't you dare touch that dial. Sit down, I'm talking to you. And what my grandmother would do, she'd get the water and she'd put lemons and she would season the water because, and she would boil it for about 4 hours. And that's how long you have to boil it. Then she would take it out and she would scrape it and she would dice it up, slice it, and then she'd make a marinara sauce for another, and she would cook it another 2 hours. I want to tell you something, folks. If you taste a piece of udrip and you bite it and it's crunchy, it's not done. When you taste udrip, it should melt in your mouth. It's the best. Am I right or wrong, Frank?
Absolutely right.
Now, these are the old guinea dishes. Nobody makes that stuff no more. But that's an Italian recipe. For those that are interested, that happen to like that. But for the Hispanic community, menudo. That's
menudo.
Menudo. Right? Am I right or wrong?
Menudo.
And that's my recipe for today.
That's it? That's all you do?
What else you want me to say?
That's it?
It's a marinara sauce.
So you as long as you have the marinara sauce.
Yeah, you put it in the marinara. It's a piece, not marinara.
Marinara.
Oh, that goes right through me when they say that.
Go ahead, Frankie. No, go.
You say marinara, and I say marinara.
I haven't thought about when I was a little kid. I lived in Greenville in Jersey City. My grandmother lived downtown. But the fish store, in those days, there were individual stores. Right. The fish store would be in my neighborhood, and I would have to take the bacala. For those of you who don't know what bacala is,
I do now.
It's the most... It stinks. The aroma is unbelievable. And I'd have to take it from Greenville downtown on the bus. I was about 8, 9 years old to my grandmother's house every week. And then I get on the bus, and all the people get off the bus because it stunk so bad. But once it was cooked, it was a good protector because it would be like flat as a board, hard. Somebody came up to you, could crack them in the head, you'd be okay. But a couple of times after doing the bus driver says, "I don't want you on my bus no more." I says, "I don't know," but he says, "Don't come on my bus." So I tell my uncles. They went to see the bus driver. Say, "Look, my mother gets the bacala every week. You take this kid right to the house if you have to." They made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Well, for those bacala is codfish, and you got to soak it for 2 days.
Yeah.
Okay, to get the salt out. And then you do a batter, but that is a delicious fish.
Okay, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show. But we've got a tape, right, or a YouTube of the Night Kings, right there, right, Ryan?
Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got.
Okay, let's play that, and then we're going to take a brief pause right after this.
For the cause.
For the cause.
This is Chef Michael. Stop the presses.
It's a band Three-Star, Robert and
Magdalena.
And we're listening to Sandy Kastel.
And Chef Michael.
Every day, wherever we go.
Around the world.
Making every morning brighter. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
So you guys got to come over. Oh, hi. Hi, we are back. Welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. You know, I haven't had any of that bacala yet. When do we get it?
It comes in. I gotta go to. I think Roma Deli might carry it.
Is this the Christmas dinner?
Yeah, it comes around the Christmas holidays.
All right, I get to try. I've been hearing about it all year long.
Smith's not going to carry it. But some of the Italian stores they carry that. Comes in a box. But I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it for Christmas because Christmas Eve is called Al Vagil. So for the holidays we do all the fish.
But you're going to make it at somebody else's house, right? Because it stinks.
No, don't listen. Frank's full of no.
Exactly.
You soak that in the water.
You're not going to put it in my car, right, to bring it home?
I can say so. Where's my boy at singing? Just give me a quick hit.
A quick hit?
This is for Frank.
Stop.
That's a big build-up.
Thank you.
That's it?
That was Jimmy Roselli, everybody.
Jimmy Roselli.
Why don't these people play his songs? There's nobody cut more songs he's done in America. Great. Why?
Like I alluded to
Because he sings in Italian.
No, he does a lot in English too.
Like I alluded to earlier, Jimmy and I were pretty good friends, and someday at another time I'll tell you a great story about him and Sinatra.
Okay.
I'll tell you the same story that he told me, and I'm sure we got the same story.
Yeah, but I lived it, and then I had the follow-up right here in Vegas.
Really?
When Jimmy Roselli got remarried. And I mean, it really is a moment in the Las Vegas history that most people will never ever know about. And you know, if anybody knows anything about me, I'm all about the history. You know, so that's for another time.
So we'll have you come back.
Sure.
We'll talk about some other things, some other hidden treasures.
All right. But you know, before we do that, I just want to give one more little shout out to the Night Kings.
Oh, definitely.
For November 17th at the Rhythm Kitchen. And we want to invite everybody out there who wants to come down and have a great time and participate in this moment in history. There's going to be a tremendous amount of entertainment. I really think everybody will have a good time. You know, it's not a jeans affair or a tank top.
Well, you know, so Michael never goes anywhere without a suit, except I can't believe
what
he
I'm
didn't
saying
wear one
is you
today.
can get a little
I want everybody to feel comfortable.
Come on down, see some people that are legendary, that are still living, because we've lost an awful lot of them.
Yes.
In fact, I had a telephone call yesterday from Mrs. Sandy Kastel, who was going to be coming. She was, Jimmy Kastel's wife, and he passed away a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Who was absolutely legendary. Goes all the way back to Frankie Lyman and the teenagers. She's going to be there for me. And
he wrote the big song.
Is there a house band?
We're going to have several bands there that night. You understand? There's going to be a lot of people performing. We're also going to have it set up if they want to, sing off their CD.
The Night Kings band will be.
Oh, the Night Kings band. Definitely, they're doing a set. There's no doubt.
Who's master ceremonies?
They're going to.
I am. I'm hosting the whole thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we got to go say hello.
And
Yeah.
Richie, you got a website that people can go and find out everything about you guys.
It's www.nitekings.com. nightkings.com.
And then now, do you have CDs available on iTunes? And
we
CD?
do. It's
Okay.
we have on iTunes, Amazon. Also, I have a book. It's called Legendary Night Kings, Las Vegas Legendary Band, or however they put that. But we have a book out. Matter of fact, the same author just finished Little Anthony's book.
Okay.
So I was over to Little Anthony's book signing, and Sonny Turner from the Platters was there, so we all took pictures and had a good time. Little Anthony, by the way, could still sing, and of course Sonny Turner, he's legendary. He's a tremendous singer, so they come and see us all the time. The Fifth Dimension comes in. We a lot of people live here,
Yeah.
How about the Skyliners? And I mean, it just goes
the
on
Skyliners.
and on.
Gladys came and see us when we were at Green Valley Ranch. So.
Well, good. Well, we'll see you Monday night then at the Rhythm Kitchen out there at 6435 South Decatur Boulevard. That's November 17th for everybody out there listening. 7:30 p.m. Show up because it's going to be a big line to get in. And Valentina, you're going to come out and join us?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I was asked to sing a special song here for my friend.
Great.
I think he's got a crush on you. I can see it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And Valentina, you've got a website too where people can find out about your CD.
Well, there's several. It's ReverbNation/Valentina or www.valentinaonline.com, or just put in Valentina Estrada on your search engine, and I'm all over Facebook. Visit me on Facebook.
Sign up and like her.
Yes, like.
That's right.
Yeah.
You guys have a Facebook too, Richard?
Yeah, we're on Facebook.
Yeah, we all have to be on Facebook now.
Yeah, everything.
Exactly.
It's changed so much. You know,
Yeah.
so
What about you, Frankie?
You got to be on those social networks.
Truthfully, I had somebody set all this stuff up for me about a year ago. I haven't even looked at the goddamn thing. I don't Facebook.
You don't care.
I'm in too freaking many books.
Well, you know, Sandy, talking
Chef Michael's on there.
Yes, back to the black book.
But he has somebody else
I looked at
handle
the
it
green
for him.
book.
Yeah.
Carl Grosso, my very special
That's the one
friend.
with all the money in it.
He's got all the green book. Only billionaires are in it. So the one I seen was Carl Grosso, Bill Tanner, and Eddie Murphy.
There you go.
At Canyon Gate. They're the billionaires!
Well, listen, this has been so much fun, and it's so exciting to have you guys on. And I know we're going to have you back on again because we've got a lot more to talk about. And I'd love for you, Richie, to bring that book on too.
I'll definitely do
and
that.
Your CDs.
I will. I'll bring it by.
And then play some more music. And we want to see you, Monday night.
Okay, great.
And congratulations on being inducted into the Hall of Fame and the museum.
You know, I couldn't have done it by myself. You can't sing harmony by yourself.
No.
I've had a lot of help along the way.
It's teamwork.
It's teamwork.
Just like this show is teamwork.
Could we sing out?
Huh? Sure.
Come on, Frank. Let's sing out.
Come on, let's sing
C'è
out.
la luna, mezza mare, mamma mia, mare, dale. Figlia mia, col talaro, mamma mia, basaccia tu. La figlia mia, baccalà. La nada vuole mare, hey!
All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you for having us.
Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Also, check us out this afternoon on YouTube. Bye.